Welcome back to Nifty Network. Today we have a G35 Coupe in, and I'm going to show you how to remove your airbag control module on a G35 Coupe or G35 sedan. First things first is we're going to undo the battery. I always like to do it. It's kind of just like a safety thing. Just always make sure the battery's undone. It's a 10 for the ground, so obviously lefty-loosey. Get that loosened up. Give that a little twist, and also when you pull the battery off, make sure to push the terminal out because those wires kind of have a memory to them. They'll want to pop back up and set on there. I've had that happen, so just kind of push it out of the way, and we'll get to the positive right now. And same thing, once it's loose, just give it a little wiggle, pop that up, and pop that over. If it doesn't want to stay, I'll take the battery cover and I'll set it like that just so that it doesn't set back on the positive. Sometimes these are really loose, sometimes they're not. First things first, you're just gonna put your flathead in there and slide this down, and then there's gonna be a little metal clip right here. So slide the pin, or slide your pick down the face of the clip, make sure it doesn't go flying, pull that off, and then that will just release the shift knob to come right up like that. All right, now that we have the shift knob off, I'm going to show you how to remove the shift bezel. This just sets in here. What you want to do though is you want to get the car into neutral or drive. If it is in drive, make sure that your e-brake is pressed and your foot is on the brake. Don't take it off in case you're on like a hill or whatever it may be. So press in on the shift lock right there. I'm just using a straight pick. You'll feel it. There's like a little level or a little like a base right there, and then you're just going to push down. It's spring loaded, and then that will allow you to move the shifter back. And once the shifter is back, you want to grab a flathead, and I'm going to go in on this side, just go in right between those two plastics, give it a little pry. You might hear some like clips doing their thing, and if it's not popping out, just work your way around it, and they'll come out. Just don't be, with all these plastic interior pieces, you don't want to be super aggressive with it. So once you have the back of it out, you're just going to pull back to like the back seats, and then that will release the front part of the bezel. So then we're going to see a couple plugs under here. What I like to do is I'll rotate it to the passenger side, and then get it to a point where you can see the clip that needs to be pressed down, or the plug that needs to be pressed down. So go in there with your flathead, twist it sideways, and then you have one more small brown plug right there. You can probably pinch that and get it off. I'm going to take off the side portions of the center console. These rotate up. They're two different pieces. So just grab that, and then we'll go straight up with it. And this walks out of here like that. Don't break that because these clips will also break very easily. So same thing on this side. Lift straight up in the back. Get that out get it out away from the center console, and then just rotate straight up, and you'll feel it loosen up. All right, we're gonna carry on to the armrest. There's gonna be a little cover right here, and there's gonna be two openings on the cover. Put your flathead in right there. Just give it a little tilt back and a twist. Work your way down. If it wants to go back in, grab a clip or a pick and just slide it in there to hold it. And you're going to pull that out like that. This slides forward to the front of the car, and then it's going to expose 4 screws in there. So get your right tool, which is a Phillips head. And what I like to do on these ones is I'll unscrew it until it doesn't move anymore, and I'll actually take the screws out with the center console or with the armrest, because it has holes on the bracket right there, so it'll lift up those screws out of there. Okay, so that's all the way out. Let's give this a lift straight up. Looks like that one still has a little bit of something connected to it. And then just rotate that hinge forward a little bit, and it'll get past it. All right, then once we get the armrest off, we're gonna finish taking the top portion of the center console off. There's gonna be 2 screws back here, closest to the cubby, I guess you could say. So there's one on the left and one on the right. And then once those are off, obviously assuming that you have your center console off and you have those 2 pieces that I had showed you right here, those are off. You're just gonna kind of wiggle this up, make sure there's nothing hiding in here. The cup holders do come out. There's nothing in there. So yeah, let's just lift straight up, and it clips in to the lower portion that way. Don't pull too hard because we are gonna have some plugs under here. I'll turn it your way. And for the cigarette lighter, there's a relief tab on the plug. It's really easy to get to, so just press that like that. See where my thumb's moving? And then we'll be able to rotate this a tiny bit to get it more accessible. All right, so once we have the armrest out and we have the 2 side portions out and the center console out, you'll see a airbag module right here. It's got 3 yellow plugs in it. So we'll start on this side right here. Push down on the removers. I called it a remover. Press down on the clip right there to remove the plug. So now we have everything freed up. Then we're going to need a T55 safety Torx bit, and that just means that it has a hole in the center of it, because on our module we have 3 safety Torx that are on there. So there's 1, there's 2, and I don't know why they put 3 safety Torx and then 1 10 mil, but you do need a 10, and the 10 will come off right here. And there you go. That is how you remove a airbag control module on a G35 coupe or G35 sedan.